kind of cheering already. It's going to be exciting. It's the first time we're doing anything for Hellboy.
Dude, this is like amazing. It's kind of everything you dream of. You put so much into a film and so much into a project, and then to actually be able to like interact with people who just have a love for what it is and what you're going to bring to it. It's kind of like the coolest thing and kind of what you would want, you know, instead of just like, all right, we're done. This is beautiful, yeah.
And I love the fan interactions in general. Like, I think that's sort of part of the reason why I do it, is I love people that purely love these things. I mean, they can be sort of both things, like any great fan. Like, you go to a baseball game and you have great Yankees fans that'll yell at you too when you do, you know, because they're so invested and so nerded out on it. And but I like that.
A great festival of monsters, a darker Hellboy film than they've seen before, but in a lot of ways much closer to my material. I'm thrilled. I mean, it's the first time I can say, I wasn't on set a lot, but there's at least one scene, probably more than one scene, but one scene I saw where I went, holy, that's the comic. And I could never really say that about the other films, nothing against the other films, but there's stuff in this one that walked right out of the comic. So that's pretty exciting to me.
Just moodiness and like the darkness of it, and just there's a lot of energy with it, you know? I feel like they're really going to get Hellboy.
I love the fact that he's an Asian American man on screen in a comic book setting. It's one of the first times, and it was a good group and a lot of fun to play.
It was really like into my 20s when I got to New York that friends of mine, kind of more arty friends, were into these graphic novels, and of which one of them was Hellboy. And I just remember being so struck by the art at first. Like, I think the art is so beautiful and so specific with its color and stuff. Like, you know, Hellboy is really one of the only red things in it. There's a lot of like blues and then yellow, occasional yellows, and it's grays and stuff, and it's so striking, the like art. And then, like, I also got into the guy and the story, and it's really, you know, I think it's a really fun, modern hero, in a sense. He's not a hero of the 50s like Captain America or something. I mean, he's not this hopeful hero. He's more of a hero for our time, which is, to me, like a more dark, more cynical time, in a sense. It's not like after the Great War. It's after, you know, Vietnam. I mean, it's after all these things that have been a little, you know, trickier for our culture and our society. So I really like that aspect of him, because I'm always drawn to more complicated characters. I find people that take simply heroic actions to be kind of like, I kind of tune out and I get annoyed. Whereas people that have complex things to deal with in themselves, I'm always drawn to, because, I mean, maybe that's just because I feel like that about myself. So.